knew everything. Deep in the Brazilian Atlantic forest, where green leaves shimmered like emeralds and the air hummed with life, lived a proud young toucan named Tico. Tico loved to learn new things. He had read every book the wise old owl, Professor Coruja, had ever written, or so he claimed. He would flap his colorful wings and boast, "I know every fact in the forest, from the length of a jaguar's tail to the number of stripes on a frog." The other animals rolled their eyes. "Maybe," whispered Capi the capybara, "but does he understand any of it?" One day, Professor Coruja announced, "Tomorrow, my students, we shall have a special test. Each of you will prepare a soup from your own recipe. It will show not only your knowledge, but your wisdom." The animals chattered excitedly. Cooking was a rare treat, but Tico puffed up his chest. "A test? Ha! I'll win easily. I've read the complete guide to forest cooking twice." The owl smiled. "Then we shall see what you've truly learned, Tico." All night, the forest was alive with cooking smells, boiling roots, roasting nuts, and simmering herbs. Tico, meanwhile, sat by a pot, reading from his book. 2 leaves of mint, 3 drops of honey, and a dash of salt. Science will make it perfect. He stirred carefully, but never once tasted his soup. "Why should I? I already know how it will taste." Nearby, Capi the capybara and Luma the armadillo giggled as they tasted their own soups again and again, adjusting them with little hums of joy. The next morning, the forest clearing buzzed with excitement. Professor Coruja sat behind a big banana leaf table, ready to judge. "Bring forth your soups," he called. First came Capi. Her pot smelled wonderful, warm and earthy. Then Luma's, full of roasted nuts and sweet roots. When it was Tico's turn, he strutted forward, carrying his shiny wooden ladle. Behold, the most scientifically precise soup ever made. Coruja dipped his beak into the soup. Then he blinked. Very salty." The macaw judge coughed. "And bitter?" The sloth wrinkled his nose. "Tastes like pond water." Tico's feathers drooped. "But I followed the recipe exactly." Professor Coruja smiled kindly. "Yes, my boy, you followed knowledge, but you forgot to follow your senses." He lifted Tico's ladle and said softly, "Even a spoon touches the soup every day, but it never tastes it." Tico hung his head. "You mean, I know everything about cooking, but I never actually learned how to cook?" Coruja nodded. "Exactly. You touched wisdom, but never felt it." He pointed to the trees where the monkeys laughed and the butterflies fluttered. "Wisdom lives here, in the rhythm of life, not just in words on a page." The owl turned to Capi. "Teach Tico how to cook, the real way." Capi grinned. "Come on, smart beak. Let's start from scratch." Together, they gathered herbs by the river and tubers from the soil. Capi showed Tico how to smell the mint leaves, feel the texture of roots, and listen to the bubbling pot. "Cooking isn't about rules," she said. "It's about feeling what's right." Tico hesitated at first, then dipped his beak in the soup. His eyes widened. "Oh, it's sweet and spicy and, wow," Capi laughed. "See? That's the taste of wisdom." All afternoon, Tico practiced. He burned one pot, spilled another, and even dropped a spoon into the fire. But by sunset, he made a soup that smelled heavenly. The monkeys came running, noses twitching. "This smells amazing," they chirped. Tico smiled shyly. "Would you like to try?" The monkeys sipped and squealed with joy. "Best soup ever." That night, under the glowing moon, Tico brought his new soup to Professor Coruja. The owl took one sip, then closed his eyes. "Perfect. So tell me, what changed?" Tico smiled. "Before, I only knew the words. Now I know the feeling. I didn't just touch the soup, I tasted it." The whole forest cheered. Even the sloth managed a slow clap. From that day on, Tico stopped bragging. He still read his books, but he also helped Cappy cook, listened to the frog songs, and even learned how to weave baskets from Luma the armadillo. And whenever a young animal boasted too much, Tico would hand them his old wooden spoon and say, "Even the spoon touches the soup, but never knows its taste." Don't just know things, feel them. The forest would fall quiet, and somewhere far above, Professor Karuja would hoot proudly.